Okay, so here we are in the next part of the, I guess, the how to do the Operation Plague Star event. Don't know what I'm really gonna call the video. No, it's about Operation Plague Star. Anyway, maybe wondering, geez, where the heck are you? I'm in my dojo. Well, my clan's dojo anyway, of the clan I'm part of. And I've came here because I wanted to go to the infested lab to show you how you can get the thingamajig. Oh. Oh wait, yeah, here it is. The infested catalyst. So your clan will need to research this. Um, I'm gonna put basically a cut in right here, and so I can go to the Warframe wiki and show you what you need to actually, like, what your clan will need to research it, because my clan here already has researched it, meaning it won't display the resources that are needed to research it, because, well, like I said, it's already been researched. So yeah, putting a cut in now. Okay, so here we are on the wiki after the small cut, and here's all the information you need to know. So first off, you need to spend 5,000 credits getting the blueprint so you can then build it. Like, you would need to pay 5,000 credits after you've researched it to be able to build it. There are the building requirements. Here are the requirements you're required to research it by clans, and what these symbols here mean is you just have to do some maths, basically input whatever this is into a calculator, and then times it whatever it shows here for the different levels of clan. So you start off with a Ghost Clan, then move on to Shadow Clan, then Storm Clan, then Mountain Clan, then Moon Clan. Most likely you won't be in a Moon Clan unless your clan is super, super large. You most likely, I think, either be in a Storm Clan or a Mountain Clan because they hold a good amount of members, or maybe even a Shadow Clan if you don't have that many, or if it's only you and a few friends, you would be in a Ghost Clan. And basically, the smaller your clan is, the less stuff you need to research, because each higher level of clan will multiply the research requirements by the number shown here. Then also some useful stuff that's actually shown in the notes that I actually did not know about is that the number of catalysts you insert into the toxin mixer, which will be in a part of the video that will come up very soon, actually increases the number of hemocytes that spawn. The hemocytes are a huge boss that you'll also see me fight very soon, so just know that when facing them. Also, each single catalyst you insert will add 250 reputation to the final reward, and the reputation is what you can of course use to buy off Nakak, that little Ostron kid I showed in the first video, the previous video from this one. And also, it's saying that if you insert 4 catalysts and 4 phylaxis, which is the blue stuff, so if you insert 4 of this stuff and then 4 of the blue stuff, your maximum bounty will be 3,000. Meaning if you insert all the toxin injectors you can, then it will give you enough to purchase the former right away. Also, it says that each phylaxis added will increase the level of infested enemies up to level 30, which I did not know, but in fact this information is actually slightly out of date, because it's actually going up higher to level 40. I know this because while I was actually, I've actually recorded this at a later date, so it's actually going to come out a bit later than it should, so first of all, sorry for that. But also, I went and got actually a few, well, not 30 photos, but screenshots for the thumbnail for this video. And to do that, I was on the plains of Eidolon, just doing the bounty by myself, having a grand old time, and the infested that spawned there were level 40. So now you know, this is actually slightly out of date. You can find level 40 infested, so I guess I'm quite glad that I figured that out before coming to the wiki. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this stuff on the wiki, and I'll put another cut in to get back to the original video right now. Alright, now that I'm done explaining what you need, now that I'm done basically telling you what you need to build this, like what you need to research this catalyst for your clan, I'm gonna get out of here and go back to my ship so I can then show you in the foundry what you need to build the actual thingamajig so you can use it against the infested boil. Keep in mind that this is not a must. If you just bring the first thing, like the blue things like I shown you in the last video, then it should be good enough. This thing is just used to spawn the, I finally remember the name of it. I didn't remember the name of it in my last video. It's called the, hemocyte, which is, like, the different recolored version of Lephantis. Damn it, why did I just build it just then? Now I'm gonna have to wait until this thing actually finishes building so I can look at the requirements of what it actually costs to, make it. But, from the look of it, it wasn't much. Like, it would only costed, like, a bit of ferrite and everything. So anyway, this thing is used to spawn, I think, a hemocyte, or maybe multiple hemocytes. I haven't done the event, like this, Operation Plague Star in a while, and actually got the hemocyte to spawn and done it with a public group in a while, or like a, pre-planned one, and used Discord with any of my friends or anything. So, yeah, they the great thing about versing them is, like I will soon show you in the video, in the next, like, the part of the video that's coming up, is that you can do the previous tactic like I shown you before, where you can just get in an Archwing and fly up really high, because all the Grineer will be really busy with the infested and won't really have time to shoot you down, and you can pretty much just bomb all the infested where everyone else takes care of the hemocytes, because trust me, you will need someone to bomb the infested because there is so damn many of them. Unless, I guess, everyone but you just brings Ember Prime and they're all running around with their fourth ability active, and every infested on the map is just bursting into flames and dying. But Ember Prime wouldn't be usually the best thing to bring for this, because she's kind of a squishy Warframe, and she can die quite easily from all the infested and everything. Yeah, so this is where you need to build it. A bunch of nanospores, which should be easy enough to get. You just go to Saturn. Ferrite, which is damn easy to get, although you need quite a bit of it, but I have about over 1 million because I've been playing the game for so long, but you might not have this much. And of course some plastids, which is not that easy to get. So if you're really new to the game, just let the other players in fact, if you're really new to the game, I recommend just doing what you did in my I did in my first video about this, and not actually going after the hemocyte, because it will most likely just get its massive infested size thing, plow it into your head and kill you over and over. You'll probably use up all your 4 of your revives, and probably will just be a detriment to the team, because the people who run this are usually veterans, and they like to run very fast and get it completed really quickly, and they get kind of annoyed when really new people go in there and just die over and over because they don't really know what they're doing. Yeah, so pretty much I say just go with my first video and just do the first things. Oh, one last thing before, of course, I go to Cetus and show you how to beat it and everything. I'm equipping antitoxin in this build because even though I wasn't using it before, it was mainly because I was staying up on that rock and the infestation weren't getting me. This is in case I want to actually, I know at some part in the video I will be showing you where to actually shoot the hemocyte and everything while it's on the floor, and while you're not in an Archwing, because you might not want to use an Archwing, and you generally have better mobility while you're on the floor, not in an Archwing trying to shoot its weak points. Also, while you're on the floor, if you're using a really tanky frame like Rhino, you can use yourself as excellent bait to get the hemocyte to try and kill you with all its abilities. Whether you do this in the day or the night shouldn't really matter that much, because you are going to be you're going to be near the boil. You're not going to be near any of the water around here. If you didn't know already, any water in the Plains of Eidolon map will make you suffer magnetic procs. It'll make you suffer a bit of magnetic damage, which will reduce your shields and your health, and also lower your energy if you touch the water. Yeah, so I just remembered. Good thing I actually remembered this. Remember to always equip your toxins, because I actually haven't equipped them. So, oh wait, no, not inventory. Wrong thing. It was Arsenal. So the great thing about Cetus is that you can just, and also relays, you can just go to the Arsenal from anywhere. You don't even have to if you stay in there for a long time doing a lot of missions, you don't even have to go back to your ship for it. I love it. It's one of the just basically not slice, but a slice of life, but just just little good changes in Warframe. I forgot what the word used for that is. So anyway, now just de-equipping something I don't really need. Shield Spectres, why not? I just equipped the Catalyst instead.
Offworlder, I'm hiring combat talent. Let's talk rates.
Yeah, so once you have that, you pretty much just go into a public group. Just keep in mind that for some reason in this game, people like to leave right after the mission is done, like immediately within the first 3 seconds. I don't even know why. So you may have to find different. You may have people just joining and leaving constantly, which can be a bit of a pain if you find someone you really like. Let's say they like have a really good Mirage loadout and just kicking ass, and you want them in the squad for longer. I've even sometimes asked people to stay, like, what do you want to do next, and they'll just still quit. So as you can see, yeah, people there are joining down the bottom, and their like icons are being displayed here at the top. Even though that person has just disappeared, trust me, they will come back again. It's just kind of a little, I guess you could say, glitchy with the loading. And since you're mostly finding veterans while dealing with this, don't worry about, like, for instance, here, just going right ahead of everyone else and completing a bit of the mission. If someone joins midway, or like you're already halfway through the objective, it's actually good for them, because then they will spawn closer to the objective. If, like, let's say all these people who are joining, if they, let's say, are just standing right near the Cetus gates, since I'm the furthest person along, they will also spawn near the Cetus gates, meaning they have more area to, like, walk through and fit through. So yeah, you're actually doing them a favor by going much, much closer to the actual objective. Although, oh, I guess that wasn't the case. I guess they just spawned to the Cetus gates. But don't worry, they'll catch up soon enough. Especially since I'm walking here and not using my Zephyr ability, because I have ran out of energy apparently. I know I could equip Energy Siphon for this mission, but I really don't want to, because especially when facing the infestation, even if you have the antitoxin mod on, like I was talking about before, and have on actually, the infestation can still do massive amounts of damage to your health, and in that case, in my opinion, you're better off having a regenerating health mod, like I have, because that will allow your teammates to regenerate health from the infestation, as well as you, because it's an aura mod. It affects everyone in your party, not just you. And it's a great thing to have, because, as I already said, like, if basically all the toxin damage the infested do, which is the thing that mod tries to prevent, goes right through shields. It won't bother the shields at all. Yeah, so this part of the mission, I'm still going to record it all, so you can pretty much judge how fast all these other people are going, compared to how fast I went the first time. But it's pretty much the same thing as before. You just go down there and get the little toxin damage. Although it's good that I'm actually recording this, because this actually is the other cave system that I want to show you about. It's the one with the big old power cable. That actually is a bit of a pain to get through. Okay, actually, apparently it's not. I think it might be the same cave system as before. Oh well, yeah it is. It's got that that platform that I basically knocked the Grenier off last video, and show you where they can just, like, die immediately from the full damage. Well, not full damage, but basically, you displace, as I was saying in the last video, you displace the Grenier, or any enemy, and you basically make them, make them stuck in a spot that they can't get out of, even if it's just like, let's say there's an overhang, and you make them kind of stuck to that overhang, and they can't really fall down because their head is too crammed up against the roof, then they will die, even if they are like a level 100 enemy, because the game will just treat it as like, well, the enemy can't get out of their place. What do we do here? Oh, just kill them. I also have oh, he's talking to some. I guess he's talking about someone else in the squad. I thought he mistyped that. Was chatting to the wrong people. Like he was trying to private message someone in Warframe and was asking them some kind of question, but no, they're actually asking some question about an augment mod called Magnetic Crush. I don't know whether that actually does. Might look it up later. Apparently for Mag, because he's talking about Mag in the chat just then. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have energy now, thanks to what happened over there. In that cave, I found energy, so I can just tailwind my way over. And as you can tell, Tailwind is very, very, very good for just getting places real fast. Like, even though these people have, like, flipped really masterfully over to this area and are, like, just generally really good at being fast, Tailwind was able to just get me over there even faster than them. Yeah, these little Vomulus things here, they're basically late game content. I'm not going to show you how you actually killed them, because that would be spoilers of the main story. Okay, so what's happening there is someone's already putting a bit of stuff in. I'm just gonna put in the max. Yeah, and now this will be basically showing you, like, once this is finished, we're actually getting down to the boil, all 4 of us. Then you actually see what it's like to fight the infestation at its max strength and just how crazy you can get. Keep in mind, this gives you a heap of reputation when it's finished. And another great thing about also playing in public groups is, as you can see there, people have sometimes such powerful weapons that they're just blowing up everything. Guests may think, it's not that much fun if they just kill everything, but just try to have the mindset of, yay, less work for me. Like, right now, I can just focus on, like, sniping this annoying Grenier in the tower here, since everyone else is obviously dealing with the transports. And I don't have to just, like, bother with them. It's also, in my opinion, pretty fun seeing all the transports just blow up and the Grenier fall to the floor before they even were able to, like, get combat ready. But can you imagine the commander of that? He's like, alright, men, in 3 seconds, and then the entire ship just blows up and, like, he's just, like, toe shot off or something as well. When you think about it, a lot of things in games like this could be hilarious. Like, also, like, if you imagine, like, how many Grenier, if they just let any old Grenier and didn't, like, train them so much and basically get them really used to seeing their fellow Grenier die, you can imagine how much they just be screaming and pure terror about what's happening. Like, they're sending so many men and we're just annihilating them all. They have, like, no real way of fighting us. Because the Tenno in this universe is just that overpowered. Oh, for a minute there I thought that guy who was playing as Oberon was actually using the Skana, like one of the very first weapons in the game. But no, he's actually using the infested weapon, the Maya. I really recommend it as well. It deals toxin damage, and if you get this one Red Veil mod, it's called like Toxic Light. It gives it 100% more toxic damage at max rank. So basically, it will double your toxin damage. And not only will it double your toxin damage, but it will also give you 1+ blight. And if you're ever wondering what 1+ blight or something means, it means that it will give you the effect of that syndicate weapon. So you've seen just there how my pistol just, like, you know how my pistol randomly explodes, how I explained in the previous video? Oh, actually, you might have not watched that. Okay, so if you didn't watch my previous video on about how to fight the boil, like to do this event, the Operation Plague Star. In my previous video, I was talking about how my pistol here, the Vacor Marlock, since it's a Steel Meridian weapon, one of the syndicates in the game, by the way. That's the name of the syndicate, Steel Meridian. Since it's one of their weapons, it will not randomly, but once you fill up this experience bar, which is the little Steel Meridian symbol that is right over there in the corner of the screen, it will once you fully fill it up, it will make an explosion. And if you have any weapon and equip a mod with 1+ something to it, like I was talking about just a few moments ago, 1+ blight, that will give it the effect of any other Red Veil weapon. So now, your Maya, which is already a quite decent infested sword, now has the ability of, after you gain enough experience, making an explosion happen, which is great, because since it's a sword, you already be up real close in the enemy's face. Same thing applies to other things, like there's this set of dual prisma cleavers, which are basically a set of really shiny meat cleavers that I got off this guy called Barrow Katia. It's called the Void Trader also, and he will if you trade enough prime stuff in for his special currency called ducats or ducats, whatever you call it, then you are able to then you are able to buy, like, you basically trade prime stuff for his currency and then use his currency to buy stuff of him. I'm not sure why he doesn't just use platinum or just make it you have to trade in a certain amount of prime stuff. I don't know why he uses his own currency. It's kind of just fiddly and kind of annoying as well, actually. So as I was saying, I bought the dual prisma cleavers off him, and there's this one Steel Meridian mod called Justice Blades for the cleavers, for the dual cleavers. Now, in my opinion, the dual cleavers are a terrible weapon and do terrible damage, but the Prisma dual cleavers actually have good enough damage and can be modded to swing fast enough to be a great weapon. You include that that mod on them, and it gives them 100% more damage, just like that Blight mod that I was talking about before. And as well as that, it also has 1+ Justice, which is the Steel Meridian term for making any of their weapons make the blast explosion effect, like I have on my Vacor Marlock here. So if you ever have a weapon that can equip that thing, like something with 1+ Justice, then it will make it explode. So now you know. Okay, so Now that the drone has almost reached the location, I'm going to deploy my Arcwing and hop in it so we can get a bird's eye view of the area. That's kind of funny I say bird's eye view because I'm Zephyr. Kind of making a pun there, actually. Oh, and other people have actually got the same idea. And then in just a few moments, you will see just how crazy... I wasn't flying fast enough and the Grineer shot me out of my Arcwing. That's what's kind of annoying. Just when you see that projectile incoming, just fly like a madman and... or mad woman, I guess. And then just generally avoid the projectile. So as you can see, yeah, right now, he's going to be thinking, infestation, it's not really that tough. Oh, trust me, it ran... Damn, incoming... I thought all the Grineer around here were dead. Oh, it's probably you. There, now she's dead. Yeah, but as I was saying before, trust me, the infestation ran... Like, that many spawn pods did not spawn last time. Yeah, so this is what I meant by basically staying in the air, dealing with all the infestation. Like, yes, they are doing quite a good job at dealing with all those spawn pods, but with all the Arcwing abilities, you can access like this orbital bombardment one, and also just generally shooting the spawn pods. I'm doing a great job just cleaning up this mess. Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about, the hemocyte. Level 54, it's huge, it's angry, and it wants to eat you like you were just a jelly bean. And that there is actually the site, the infested site I was talking about as well. It generally kind of does this weird waddle kind of walk thing, and then tries to slam it down and kill someone. I'm not actually sure what it was actually trying to kill there, because it was kind of aiming in my general direction, but I'm in an Arcwing. It can't kill me in this thing. I'm actually, even though I'm hardly off the floor, I'm only up so high, like I'm hardly off the floor. I'm not even that high up. Yeah, as you can see there, it can't even hit me. I don't even know why it's swinging. Oh, and there, I was going too close to the boil. So if you go too close to this thing, even if you're flying over it with an Arcwing, you will just like nearly... Oh, it's happening right there. I almost instantly died again because I guess the Arcwing is a bit floaty. Yeah, my health is nearly nothing. It's like 50-something. Oh, and if you're wondering how everyone is killing this so quickly, you just shoot the weak spots. So this open thing right here, whenever it kind of does like its little roar, or not little roar, but I guess big roar, then you aim at the weak spots. And what's actually happening here is my team is, they're really, as you can tell, they're pretty much crack shots, and they're doing an excellent job of just murdering the hemocyte really, really well. So I'm actually not even going to bother aiming at it, and just keep killing all the infestation over here. Yeah, so this is pretty much showing how you can do a decent job in an Arcwing, but this is also one of the reasons why you'd actually want to stay on the floor. Abilities like Zephyr's Tornadoes, which just sucks up everything they touch, and is really, really great at murdering the infestation. And you can still, because Zephyr Prime here and El Zephyr is just so floaty, you can pretty much still just stay in the air. In fact, even without an Arcwing, I guess you could just do the like tailwind ability, get really high up, and then do a dive bomb ability to bombard them. Yeah, so this is actually pretty much it. This is how the entire like event goes. So you put the boil to max strength, like I've done here, mainly by inserting all that toxin. Then about 4, I think, of these hemocytes, or 3, will spawn, and you just kill them. Pretty simple. Although it may be a little hard to actually attack them, because as you can tell, they're just infested running around here everywhere like mad, and it's actually kind of hard to hit the weak points up here. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm actually just gonna put a cut in here, and then cut back to when we have all done this event, and we're back at Cetus, so I can show you just how much, oh dear. Okay, in that case, if someone is doing that, I'm actually going to get down now as well, because I did not realize it, but they had actually walked so close to the boil that they were, they had gone and, downed themselves because of the boil. So when that happens, it's one of the few times you actually don't want to be a nice person and go over and rescue them, because you will just down yourself. Then, if you do that, then perhaps another player will go, oh, you're down, I'll go and help you. And then you create this horrible chain event, kind of like musical chairs where you're all constantly trying to revive each other and just dying over and over again on the boil. So, long story short, don't touch the boil. It's not your friend. Even if you like the infestation as a faction heat and love Nidus and love losing him. And that would be kind of neat if that was possible. Like, what I'm saying is, like, it would be kind of neat if you could actually join the infestation. Oh, and apparently there, as you can see, I actually got one of the kind of rare mods, Hunter Track. Yeah, I guess I forgot that the hemocyte and everything can actually spawn a lot of hunter mods, which can actually be a good way to get some decent amount of platinum because they sell for quite decent amounts. Yeah, so generally that's pretty much how you play this event. I really actually enjoy doing it because even if you're not a great crack shot at hitting the hemocyte, you just use abilities like that reckoning that Oberon done there. Basically, he lifts them up in the air and slams and does heaps of radiation damage to just kill all the infestation. And of course, Zephyr's tornadoes. So yeah, as I said before, I'll be putting a cut in now, and you can see how much reputation this actually gains you once I'm back at Cetus. Okay, so here we are back in my ship, and I made a mistake. I went back here thinking I could just press start and then easily access the last mission results, but I guess me going back to my ship wiped them. So you're gonna have to trust me on this, but that entire event there got me around 2,500 syndicate, standing with the syndicate I'm part of, Cephalon Suda, and 3,000 reputation reward for the event, which is enough to buy a former. So by beating those things, which didn't even take that long, like this video hasn't even been that long. Well, I guess there was a bit of the time I cut out, but it was only like around, I don't know, around 10 more minutes longer of just shooting that hemocyte some more and killing it. And from that, basically, you do that, you do enough of that, or not even enough of that, but you do it once, and you can get yourself a former blueprint, which in my opinion is excellent. Or all the other stuff, like those heart nymphs and everything, which is a great way of making platinum. So basically, yeah, this event is one heck of a moneymaker. And also, I have hardly any syndicate reputation remaining. Like, if I keep doing that event and getting 2,500 syndicate reputation in no time, I'll have this just, like, I'll have this going all the way, like, down to 0, and I'll be able to not even gain any more extra syndicate reputation for the day. So also, it's apparently a great way to max out your syndicate reputation each day. Yeah, so that's pretty much how to kill the boss and everything. And if you didn't really see exactly where you should actually shoot the hemocyte, I go into much greater detail of my in my how to get Necros video, where I faced Lephantis, because he is basically exactly the same weak points. He is the same model. He just may have more or less health. I don't remember. But yeah, so if you want to watch that video, I think it's at the 3-minute plus mark, so you can just scroll your YouTube with, like, play head thingamajig down there, or click there, and just skip the first part of the video, because if you just want to know how to shoot the hemocyte and don't want to know how to get Necros and how to get to the relic, the derelicts and everything, I don't blame you. So yeah, I hope this was a very helpful guide, and that's pretty much all you need to know about Operation Plague Star. I'll try and upload it today, the day it was recorded, so you still have 9 days and 16 hours, apparently, by looking at this thing, left to do it. It may be a little less hours because I don't think I can upload it that quickly. We'll need to go through processing it and everything, and hopefully the editing doesn't take that long at all. Anyway, enough rambling, because sooner I end the video, quicker it can process, quicker it gets to you, and everything. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!